Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. This is Dylan with Tucson Future Classics, and that is our 2024 Nissan Ariya Evolve Plus. The big battery, 87 kilowatt hours, a 240 horsepower front wheel drive motor, good for about 280 miles of real world range, and a lot of really cool, clever, like techie features and just fun stuff on the inside. You can see that Nissan really put their minds to making the experience inside this car very, very good. And it makes sense. This was their first ground up redesign of an electric car and their entrant into the mid-sized crossover market. So they really did need to come correct. This one being less than 2 years old, under 25,000 miles, means it still falls under all of Nissan's factory warranties, which is pretty sweet and just really goes to show how good of a value some of these lease returned EVs can be. This one looks like whoever had it probably miled up the lease and turned it in before the time limit, because you can see some scuffs back here. Really nice inside. It drives very good, and with that big battery pack, if you're doing like urban or suburban driving, you can drive a long time on that range before ever having to worry about charging. When you do have to charge though, up here, this one has the standardized J1772 plug on top and a CCS fast charger down there. So you can whack this onto any like Electrify America or any of those, and you can thump some juice into this really, really quick. I believe also, as of a few months ago, Tesla opened up their supercharging network to other manufacturers if you have the adapter. So this could even run off of a supercharger now that they've opened that up. One other notable thing that we did on this one is these Ariyas are fairly notorious for eating through their factory tires within about 20 to 30,000 miles. And this one was no exception. So what we did is we went to our local tire shop and had our guys spec us out a set of Ironman tires. Very importantly though, that 105V XL. That is a higher load rating and speed rating than the factory tires this would have had, meaning that it will be better suited to hold up to the weight and the instant torque of an EV drivetrain. Other than that, it didn't take a lot of cleaning, and I'm super excited to get you inside this thing, show you all the cool features, the driver aid tech, the camera suites, the big panoramic sunroof. There's just a lot to go through. Up under the hood here, no frunk, but they pushed the entire EV drive architecture forward and up to maximize interior space. And it does make everything really easy to access and check on. Not that there's that much you have to worry about. You've got coolant over here and over here. These run your inverter and your battery pack to keep everything thermally managed. This is your 12-volt accessory battery here with a little fuse box on top of it. This is your inverter unit for the drive motor right here. And then you just have your brake fluid reservoir there and your windshield washer fluid here. Super clean and easy to understand. Being the Evolve Plus trim, you get a power lift gate, and back here you got some fairly clever little storage options. You've got your standard fare, pockets on both sides, a nice sturdy load floor, but these handles let you know there's a little bit more going on. You can open them all the way up and hide some stuff in a secondary storage area there. If you need to put something awkward in, this one locks into place here and here, like that, so you can make a divider to hold your groceries in place, keep them from rolling around, which is super duper nice. Having had a gallon of milk explode in the back of a car, that's not an experience I wish to recreate. And then down below, no spare tire on this, but you do have your inflator and your fix-a-flat goo right there. So that goes down. These slide forward, 1 and 2, and just like that, locks back into a load floor. The rear seats do also drop and fold flat, and you can take this parcel shelf off if you need to stuff something real big in the back. Back seat got a couple of pretty cool features. You get your own vents, your own seat heaters, and a standard USB and USB-C fast charger. got door pockets that hold that are designed to hold like a water bottle or a large like Yeti or something like that. And you've got a center console with your armrests. Spin this around real quick and you'll see I'm a big dude, 260 pounds, 6'1", and this is where I sit to drive and shoot these cars all the way back and all the way, somewhat leaned to get a better view up front. And this is the room I have. As you can see, for a little bit more light, I got that big panoramic roof opened up. It's a really, really nice spot to be back here. In the driver's seat, so let's get right into it. You've got your power windows, power mirrors, power door locks, and seat memory all right here. And those mirrors do fold in on command for, car washes or tight parking spaces. Up here, there are so many controls. I'm only gonna go through like half of them, but I'm gonna hit the cool stuff. So I'll make you think we're gonna drive right now. We'll do its little boot up. While it does that, here on the wheel, these are your controls for your audio and your center gauge cluster here. You've got a ton of settings going through here that you can personalize, make your own, change screens, go through a bunch of different settings on the vehicle itself. Wonderfully, wonderfully customizable and personalizable. And if you noticed here, it's a little faint. This says heads-up display. It's always hard to get them to show up, but if you look right there, it'll show a heads-up display that'll show your current speed, the speed limit, and if you turn on the adaptive cruise, it'll show your following distance as well as your cruise control set speed. Moving on, up here, another notable thing that this trim level has that a lot of them don't, that is a rear view mirror integrated camera. Super duper cool. If you got a bunch of stuff in the back or a bunch of people back there whose heads you can't see, flip it to this. It's illuminated. It looks great. It works awesome. Not to mention, the backup camera does still show up along with the full camera suite and 360 surround view here when you do actually put it in reverse and back up. Moving on to the center screen itself. This has got a bunch of options and it's got kind of a screen in a screen look. It looks like it's behind smoked glass. This all looks like one contiguous panel. So if you see as you go through it, you've got all of your menus, all of your options. It even has like the weather apps. It'll show your GPS location. With shaded in dark here is your total driving range with your current battery. And if you plug in a destination, it'll show charges along the way. And if you need to charge to extend your trip to make that drive work. It's really, really intuitive, really cool. And let's be honest, most importantly, you go into audio here. This has the full Apple CarPlay and Android Auto suite. So it's on Sirius XM right now, but I knock it to source, AM, FM, Sirius XM, Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and 2 different USB inputs. So ton of stuff. It connects to basically everything. But all the techie stuff aside, let me show you some really cool things on this. One, it's got just this ambient mood lighting, which is kind of neat. The kick panel there and on both driver and passenger doors illuminate just kind of a nice look. This is pretty neat. Underneath these haptic feedback controls, these are buttons that are set into the panel. So you just tap them and they go buzz buzz and they change everything and they're inset into the bezel. It looks really cool and it feels really nice to use. But it doesn't look like anything's here, right? Wrong. You hit a button here and an extra storage cubby opens up that is also a little tray table. And then you just go ahead, hold here, and it goes away. Super neat. Your cup holders here, if you want to hide them, they got this little roll top cover for them. This controls your drive modes. You have regular, your standard, eco, and sport. And E-step is a one-pedal driving. Now, when you go to drive it, what I prefer to do is go to drive and then bump it down a second time, and it goes into what's called B for more aggressive regenerative braking. But we'll get into that later. Another really neat thing is these buttons here. The whole center console slides forward and backwards to make more room for yourself or to get the vents and chargers closer to your backseat passengers, which does also make it easy for me to show. There is a little bit more storage down here with a regular USB, a USB-C fast charger, and a 12-volt cigarette lighter style outlet. Little pocket here for stuff, and this you can like loop a bag over or something. It just helps hold stuff in place. Moving up, pretty standard fare glove box, nice and deep. That one is manually actuated, however. And in this center console, as I turn myself around, I'll show you quick. Up under here is a wireless quick charger. And when you set your phone on it, it will read it if your phone can charge. And this little indicator here will be orange if it is charging, and it'll turn green when your phone is fully charged. Super duper clever. And also, like, the seats are just pretty nice. Like, this leather with the little cloth insert in here keeps everything feeling good. I'll spin this around and show off that big overhead panoramic. It's not just a glass roof, it is a full sunroof, so it opens all the way up. And when I get it to shut fully, if I don't accidentally double tap the button, this shade will come all the way forward, and if it's really sunny out, it'll be like it's not even there. Just like that. Back to a normal ceiling. Spin this back forward. Let's take this thing for a spin. Before we get out of the parking lot here, I want to show you just how quiet this thing is. I mean, it's an EV with less than 25,000 miles. We know it's going to be quiet, but the only noise it really makes is that it has to make it low speeds. As we just kind of slalom our way through real quick. And one more time to show you how good that camera suite is, I'm going to go ahead and back into a spot next to us, in between a pole and that car over there. So the lines will show you exactly where it is that you're going. And that 360 camera really helps give you some perspective on as you're pulling in. And then you can cut it back, center it up, right in. It makes it super easy. Before I pull out of the parking garage, I want to show you quick. Let's say you're nosing up to a parking line. It'll warn you, and it'll switch on the forward camera, warning you if you're getting too close. Really, really nice for spotting, pulling up to like a high curb or a parking spot that has a big, like a bollard or a barricade in front of it. I know I've showed this off before, but you want to know how these do even in stop and go traffic? It is locked onto the car in front, maintaining following distance, and even though I have the cruise set to 36, it is following their speed and managing ours appropriately. The only thing it won't do on these really tight municipal roads is engage auto steer. But it's a very smart system that even works all the way down to 0 miles an hour. Watch, I'll pause quick. And now that I've unpaused, traffic's coming to a stop in front of us. And if I stay in line with these guys, it'll take us all the way to a stop. Boop. Just that easy. See what I mean about that heads-up display too? It'll show your speed, your following distance, and the speed limit all displayed right in front of you. You don't have to look down. It's really neat. And just to show you, if you want to take this thing on a road trip, the driver assist and that like advanced cruise control on this thing. Now that I'm in a lane, that lane keep assist, steering assist is kicked on. It'll lock onto that car in front and we'll just hum right down the highway. Also, yeah, they did some aerodynamic tricks on this EV to make it pretty quiet. And see, if your hands go off the wheel for just a second too long, it'll let you know to, hey, please pay attention, because this isn't autopilot. It's just kind of a chill driver assist. Now watch this. Scary, 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 scary. Car did all of that on its own in case I really wasn't paying attention. Do a quick 0 to 40 to 0 to show you nothing hiding the suspension under full acceleration and full ABS braking. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, this thing's great. Last demonstration before I go back to the yard. Windows open, lower speed on a pretty rough and torn up section of pavement here in some residential areas. But just take a listen. It's the tires, suspension all work to keep everything smoothed out. No real clunks or rattles, even over some of the bigger stuff like these two utility holes they put in the pavement there for the water line. But listen with the windows open. Listen how much quieter it gets with these windows shut. Again, even over broken up pavement. Once again, these EVs and EVs like this one are proving to be very, very nice places to be for commuting. No real noise, just the hum of the electric motors. It's amazing how much more you can really notice and hear. Like, I'm whispering right now, and because there's no hum of a combustion engine just always in the background. It's pretty darn cool. Back here at our own little lot, parked an EV alley with its electrical brethren, and a whole nother Ariya, that one coming soon, to wrap everything up on this Ariya. If you liked what you've seen and you want to learn more, please go to our website, TucsonFutureClassics.com. On the site, you will see the full listing on this vehicle, including a suite of photos, the Carfax Vehicle History Report, and a written description. I do have to ask, however, we are a small operation of only about 4 people, so we are appointment only. When you are ready to come down, please give us a heads up and make an appointment, and you can do that by calling us, texting us, emailing us, info@TucsonFutureClassics.com, hitting us up on Facebook Messenger, or by sliding into our Instagram DMs. Just let us know when you want to come down, and we will make the best possible introduction of this car to you. So hopefully I've been able to tell you everything you could ever want or need to know about the Ariya to figure out if this one is the right car for you. And, you know, if I've done that, well, I've been Dylan. We'll see you soon.